What's good, YouTube? You're back on S Motorsports. Today we're going to be changing some cam bearings on my LS 6.0 build. Alright guys, like I said, today I want to change the cam bearings in my 6.0 LS build, and I've never done that before. So this is going to be new for me as well as maybe you guys. I just wanted to show you, hopefully not a lot of struggles. I did pick up a Summit Racing LS cam bearing installation tool, which should hopefully make the job a lot easier. The cam bearings that I'm going with on this are King cam bearings. These were actually available. I do have another set of Clevite cam bearings that I ordered, and it took 8 months to get, but I finally got them. But I decided I'm gonna go with these anyways. I think I actually have King main bearings as well. Supposedly that's a pretty good brand, so I'm curious to try these out. But I haven't removed, or I haven't even taken this out of the package yet. So the first step is we're gonna get to removing the old cam bearings, which hopefully this tool makes pretty good work of pounding those out. So let's have at her. All right guys, the first step, like I said, is gonna be to get the old bearings out. And hopefully, like I said, the Summit tool makes it pretty good work of it. I got it out of the package. Seems pretty heavy duty for sure. Ooh, that's slippery. Oh. Okay, yeah, I'll get that. But yeah, so what I'm gonna do is start on the back bearing, and what you wanna do is use this tool where this slides in and positions it correctly, and then you can push it out. And you wanna make sure that you have these as far apart as possible. So you do maybe the back 3 you can do, and then after that, for these 2 front ones, you actually flip it and come in from the back side to get the front 2. So let's just knock out, hopefully these knock out pretty good, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Jeez. Ta-da! All right guys, I'm gonna knock out the rest and then we'll get to installing the new bearings. All right guys, I got all of the cam bearings knocked out already. It was honestly super easy with that tool. It just, they pop right out, a few good whacks, no problem. One thing I wanted to show you though, that I didn't know, because I mean, I haven't built too many LSs, but they were talking about the oil hole that you have to line up, you know, for the cam bearing. That hole has to line up to oil the cam bearings. It's actually like a pretty big slot. So honestly, it's should be pretty easy to get. Like, I was worried about the orientation and how, you know, hard that would be. Well, you got a pretty big window to hit. So really nothing to worry about there. Let's get going on the new bearings, which again, we're using the King bearings. And then, so one thing you have to be aware of is with the LS engines, the Gen 3s, I think in particular, there's 2 different blocks. There's like, what, 97 to 03, which I believe that's what this is. So it's the early block, basically. And then the later block, what, 2003 and up to whenever they switch to Gen 4. I think Gen 4 might be the same way. Oh, my light's falling down here. But they have different cam bearing ODs. So I measured mine prior, and I had the the first, you know, iteration, because I wasn't necessarily sure. So that's what I got. And then the bearings have different positions in them as well. So you have to make sure you line that up. And they have a part number on the bearing itself, and then it tells you what position. And then those bearings have the part number. You're probably not gonna be able to see it, but it's stamped into the bearing. And then it's also lined up in the correct spot too. Like this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how they have it laid out in the box as well. So it makes it pretty easy, but you do have to pay attention to that because you don't want to screw up the positioning, as that could lead to, you know, a spun cam bearing or, you know, some bad results. So let's pay attention, make sure we get these bearings in the right orientation. Okay guys, I got you set up on bearing number 5, the back of the block. I'm gonna hopefully show you how this goes in, how easy it goes in, I guess. Or I hope so. And then I'm also going to oil the bearing, the outside, just a little bit. Probably doesn't need much. Put a small black mark on there, kind of on the inside a little bit so I can see it. All right guys, I got it all lined up. So now we will send it home and hopefully this works out really good. Feel it go. Alright guys, as you can see, we got the number 5 bearing installed. That went pretty smooth, honestly. And let me see, where'd my checker go? Definitely got the hole. It is lined up in there. As you can see how far it goes in. I'm in the oil slot, so we are good to go. And it's basically halfway in between this side and this side. So yeah, we're good. Next, we're gonna go to number 4 and so on. Let's have at her. Next guys, it's just rinse and repeat. Make sure you are checking the position of the cam bearing that you are taking. So this should be, this was number 5, got number 4. So keep going. Next, we gotta spin this puppy around because we're gonna do the front too. Just a note, when you spin it around, the oil hole is gonna be on the opposite side, so pay attention to that. We are gonna mark it again because that works really good, just marking it right on the chamfer so you can see it down the line. That actually works really good. Your mind can't sleep when you let it serve. Now you wanna see me fall from a quarter mile. I can see you at the. Let's send the last one home. Think about it, ring won't tell you what I saw when you break it. All right, guys, that's it. They're all installed. Let's get this removed. All right, guys. Now that we got all the cam bearings installed, I checked all the oil holes with the pick, and those are all good. So next, we're gonna slide the old camshaft in real carefully, oil it up, just to make sure that it spins freely and, you know, there's no binding of the cam bearings, that everything's nice and straight. There we go. That feels pretty nice. Can't feel any hard spots or anything like that. I think we're calling her good. That spins nice. All right, guys. So got all the cam bearings installed. They turned out great. As you can see, they look pretty good. I mean, that's actually some crap on there. Probably from spinning the old cam, I'm sure. I mean, they're good to go though. Compared to the old bearings, if I show you what an old bearing looked like, you can see there's a lot of copper showing there. It's been sitting. They weren't good. I wanted to definitely change them up. These bearings look a lot better. All right guys, so I'm gonna get the engine back on the stand, so stay tuned as we are gonna start assembling the crankshaft, hopefully in the next video. So, I mean, we're gonna hopefully move along pretty quick. We got the crankshaft, then we can start stuffing the rods and pistons in that we got all cleaned up, and I got all the parts for that, the bearings and the rings and stuff. So hopefully we can make some progress and get a little short block going on. So stay tuned for that, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for joining in. Peace.